Welcome to another episode of Fearlessly Authentic. This is our Sunday show, and I'm here with Elliot and Steve.
Elon. Oh shit.
Elon.
Hold on. I'm changing it. That's so perfect.
And Steve is here with us.
Hello.
And of course,
I'm Elon.
Hello.
and then Peaches is here, very excited.
Hello.
He even said hi.
Hello.
Hi.
And he sees Skyla's in the room, so he's very excited right now.
There's rice and vegetables over there, Skylar, if you're hungry. Rice
I'm gonna do it again.
over there if you're hungry.
Kim. Elon Hubbard.
I don't want it to be yeah. Elon. Oh shit, did I do it? Oh no, it went away. Oh yeah, you took it off.
Well, when when I have a comment up, it takes it away. There you go. L on. There you go.
L is on.
Skyla, you're getting hellos in the chat.
Oh, man.
That sounded like a scream.
Peaches. Come on, dude. Get it together, bro.
That's not nice. That's not a nice sound. Do you need to go night-night? I think he needs you. Can you say hi to the bird, please?
Would you put him tonight? That would be lovely.
Because he needed to have some water.
That is radical.
So there's been like a lot going on this week. But like, you know, this one crazy thing is this well, you should give an update on what's your birthday update and all of that, L, before I get into
Oh yeah, I had a birthday. It was on the 27th. And I hope I'm not echoing at all. But I got a gift card for a movie at an AMC theater. It was an AMC gift card from my roommate, which was very kind of him because I didn't want to just get food. Because the thing about food is, yeah, we love food. Everybody loves food. Thank you. But I have food stamps, you know, so I can get food whenever the fuck I want.
Were those your only choices? It was
Apparently.
AMC or food?
No, I got both. So I'm not complaining at all, but it was a little bit of a, it's giving someone a timetable, a deadline, because the food expires, right? So I got mini muffins, Abe's mini muffins, which you know I love. But I already had Abe's mini muffins that I was working on, the blueberry ones. And I was almost finished. And he comes in with a big pack of them that are due the 31st. And this is on the 27th. And I'm not even done with the ones I'm on. So I had a new task given to me on my birthday to eat these things. So I was like, okay, well, we'll deal with that. I was like, could I just give it to people on the street? It's probably too late because it's too close to the 31st. So I don't want to put that on them and have them have the same kind of like, oh shit, I got to eat all of this. But I feel like, okay, this is not the worst problem to have on your birthday. So I was okay. So I got a birthday text from my mother and even my brother texted me, not the oldest one, but the one who abused me in the past, wished me a good birthday. But nothing from my father, which was curious because I had not texted him in a while. And we know we don't have a good relationship, but that's beside the point. Anyway, did I miss anything? No, I'm just talking about my birthday. Nothing special. Everyone has one. But anyway, I thank my mother for being born, for helping me be born, because I think that's very important to thank the people who got you here. And she was very instrumental in that. So I appreciate it. And if my dad was talking to me, then I would have told him that. I saw a dog and I said dog instead of dad. So that's Leo's fault. Anywho, hey Leo. Hola Leo. Anywho, I went to the movies. So this is the thing. I didn't know what to expect because I didn't know what's out in theaters because I haven't been to a movie theater since before the pandemic. So I can't even say like what it's been like. I just imagine it'd be dystopian as fuck. And guess what? It was. So I was texting the chat on the Twitter. I'm texting, tweeting the chat and saying how I had gotten there and it was super dystopian. And I'm like, where's a person when I get there? And also I knew going in that I probably might have to pay a little extra because it was $15.29 online, inflation. And for a night movie, I don't know what they call that, a regular time. I'm usually a matinee person, but I was like, oh, let me go do something on my birthday because I don't have a whole lot of time left in this week that I can devote to just me shit. So, because I had my podcast coming up today and everything, and I was preparing for that. So, and I was going to do movie marathon kind of thing yesterday. So, anywho, so I went to the movies and I took a bus there because I was like, I'm not walking. So I took the bus. I made sure I caught it at the right time. It was late, but it was whatever. I don't know what's with the app. It doesn't work very well. But then I got on the bus and I get to the place and I don't even know where to go because I'm so stupid. So I go into the place because I don't see a person. I'm like, okay, where's the box office? It turns out that was the box office in the very beginning on the right side in the place, which is an independent theater that was co-opted by AMC, by the way, that I once I once interviewed for a job at because I was super desperate at the time. And I was like, let's go back to the movies. We'll go work at a movie theater again. We've done it before. We can do it again. So I tried that. And then I told them I didn't like AMC during the interview and found out during the interview that AMC had bought the theater. I was like, I like independent theaters. And I really thought, it was not AMC. So shit. And they were like, oh, okay, well, AMC actually bought this theater. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll see myself out. Thank you. Anyway, so that was a really great interview that one time.
Good making it awkward, man.
Yeah, super awkward fun time in real life with L. Latham at a job interview. The moment you realize that the job is no longer an option because one of your least favorite companies owns it now. But anyway, I go to the AMC. I'm at the box office waiting for a person. They're like, oh, go to the kiosk thing, the self-serve thing. And I'm like, well, I have a gift card. I don't know really how to do that. And then this dude helps me who's clearly been around a while. He's like 60 something or something, but he looks nice. He looks in shape and everything. He's pretty cool. He was a good, intermediate. He tried to do it in this machine, but the machine malfunctioned, of course, as it does, because of course machines are not as good as people. And I've told the people that my entire life, but they don't listen. And he was not able to get to the point where I could pay in the machine. So then they ended up getting someone to come over in the first, who could have been there in the first place, and I wasted like 20 minutes here. I swear. It felt like 20 minutes to finally get a person. And then she was angry as fuck and didn't want to even be there, which is always nice. So I'm dealing with her, but this dude on the side is super nice. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching Decision to Leave. He's like, yeah, that's pretty popular. I said, is that a popular movie? He's like, yeah. And then I'm like trying to avoid spoilers by taking off my glasses. I'm like, at least I was telling my mother on the phone beforehand that when you're blind like us, you can just choose not to see things, which is kind of a cool advantage when you think about it. If you don't want to see something, you don't have to. Just take off your glasses. So that's what I did, and it made me look weird, but whatever. Anyway, I was like, I'm avoiding spoilers because there's posters every fucking where, and I didn't want to see anything to do with this movie, which the movie I decided to see was Decision to Leave again. That's the movie I chose, which was a Park Chan-wook movie. So I knew it was going to be good. And I like Park Chan-wook. I even like their not so good stuff. So I was very excited. And I didn't even know what I was going in for. And I was just like, yay. So anyway, they finish up. She asks for the change. I'm like, oh, it's my birthday and everything, and here's my ID. And she's like, no, I don't care. Like, basically, like, doesn't matter. You gotta, that's tough for you. You gotta pay. And I'm like, okay, well, here's 30 cents. Bitch, did you not even give me a cent back? And then finished up and gave me a receipt. And I'm like, okay, I see how it is. And then I go in a theater, and it gets even worse, in the auditorium. So I'm in the auditorium. They have the nice seats, you know, but I sit in the row behind, like the front rows, you know, in front of the screen. So I'm in next to the rail. So I can't like touch anyone's seat or anything, which is always a good place to be. That's one of my favorite seats to be in. I'd rather be in the middle, but I'm not so in the middle. I'm not in the middle, but I'm not outside of the middle enough that I can be annoyed by it. So that was good. And then somebody sits behind me, and immediately when they sit down, they're already kicking my seat. And I'm like, ouch, that actually hurt. They didn't say anything back. I was like, don't do that, please. Like, it was just horrible. But then we get the commercials. So the commercials come in, Coke with their woke shit. Woke Coke is pretty funny because they have a lot of slave labor problems and corrosive beverages. So that's always nice to see at the movies. And then there's like the weird, like, everybody's going to a place and they play this random song from like 1987. I don't know where the fuck it's from. Some random song I've never even heard of before. And they're all singing along in a car, and it's a car commercial. And I'm like, this is not it. And then eventually we finally get to the sponsorship, which is, of course, not Pfizer, because I guess they couldn't afford it. I guess not they couldn't afford. I guess they were. This was the second option. So this was Moderna. Moderna fucking sponsored this movie and sponsored all the movies at the AMC apparently, and have a collaboration or whatever, because they had a commercial and I wanted to record it, but my phone was off because I'm not a dick, and I turned off my phone, and I was like, I got to turn it back on. Oh, I got to get it before the end of this COVID commercial. And it was like, get your booster, you know, that sort of thing. For children, of course, you know, targeting children. I'm like, fuck, I want to get this so people know that I'm not lying. But I didn't get it. But you'll just have to take my word, and you can go like sneak into a movie and find out yourself. But anyway, I didn't say that. Anyway, finishing that up, we got some random ass, another Coke commercial. And then we had an M&M commercial before that with like them as detectives and shit. So that was stupid. And they're like, oh, it's not a movie, it's a commercial. Yeah, I know it's a commercial. It's fucking M&Ms. Like, I wouldn't think that's a movie, you stupid idiots. But anyway, we get to Nicole Kidman. We end on Nicole Kidman just shilling for AMC. Like, we're going back to the movies, finally. Oh my gosh, we get to sit in front of the screen, blah, 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 and magic. And they have like this anniversary kind of message, like 1920 to 2020. And like, it's been 100 years of movies. Yeah, more than that, but whatever. Let's ignore the origin of cinema. That's not important. Just the studio system and Hollywood and all that shit. But then they have the previews. So then it really gets interesting because we see like Black Panther, you know, the usual suspects. The new Black Panther Wakanda movie. And like some random fucking really woke as fuck, like gay movie that's just so stupid. I mean, just, they don't even try to make anything different. Everything's like Oscar bait in this fucking preview session from hell that never ends. And then they get to, this was the kicker, was when they had the director of The Father. Here comes this movie with Hugh Jackman and Anthony Hopkins again, and blah, blah, blah. And then they say the name of the movie at the end, and it's The Son. And I just could not help but chuckle that their follow-up to The Father was called The Son. I'm like, we're out of ideas. I don't know. I was feeling very hopeless while watching these previews. There was another Marvel movie at some point, can't remember the name of it, and some random fucking movie, Oscar baity movie. And then something with Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson from the guy from In Bruges, the director of that. So that was pretty cool. That was probably the only cool one. And then we got to the end of the previews finally. Well, we saw one from Parasite, the Parasite people, with the guy from Parasite. I can't remember his name, sorry. But then that ended, and then we get into the movie, and the movie is Decision to Leave, and I can't say enough about it. It was worth the 30 cents. What can I say? It was a very good noir film. I did like a little movie review on my Twitter, so you can check that out. But 5 stars, just one of the best movies I've seen in years. Not pretentious, fun, interesting, intriguing, different twists and turns, like different kind of filmmaking, like stylish, like editing was spot on, like cinematography excellent. Like it's just what you want from a Park Chan-wook feature. And the acting was superb. Tong Wei, who was in
What did I say?
Lost Caution. What's up? What happened?
Please continue.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I'm just saying, like, I can't say enough about this film. It's probably like the best one since Parasite. It's better than Everything Everywhere All at Once. I said what I said. At least editing wise, I can't say like story wise, but it's very intriguing. It's very poetic, sad stuff sometimes, but I really enjoyed it. Murder mystery kind of thing. Femme fatale, like the same shit that you saw in like Vertigo, but like more updated with a little more elements from other genres and stuff. So I have to say it was pretty good, pretty watchable, and probably the best option there was at the movies. So there's still hope out there for good cinema. It's probably not in the US, but it's still out there somewhere. People are doing shit elsewhere.
So if you guys are into the movies, you should check it out. I don't even know the last time I was at the movie theater. I think it was Steve. No, we went to the movies a couple of years ago. We went to the Grateful Dead one, right?
Yeah, we went to a Grateful Dead meetup thing. Yep, and I was wrong too because I thought they were doing the same film again, but they're not. It's a different. It's from the same tour, but it's a different venue. It's a different film.
What?
I'm like, oh well.
I know, and I think it was like right before COVID that we went to the other one that we went to, right?
Yeah, Mystic.
Yep. And I was supposed to go back and get the poster.
Yep.
And I didn't. I forgot. And they were in love with Leo. Yes, Jason. Yes.
God damn. Yep.
I like music movies. I like to. Well, my dad and I watched This Is It when that came out. And Kenny Ortega, the Michael Jackson documentary.
There's some decent.
He was having his comeback, remember? Then he died. Unfortunate.
There's a few good music bios and stuff. Different music picks, music-centric movies.
Oh, the bios are a different story. I like the documentary stuff, but like some of the bios are just overcooked. Like, what are you doing? And they get to the same formula. Like they have the same formula. That reminds me, I watched Bros as a horror movie yesterday. That is the opposite of the film I just described. It was just uninventive, unoriginal, and annoying. Just Billy Eichner is an annoying person. That's why people didn't watch your movie, Billy Eichner. Not because they're too straight and you're too gay. It's because you're annoying. Newsflash.
Speaking of gay, I have something.
That brings us to another subject.
Allegedly, yes.
Segue.
Well, there's nothing that
Did you say segue? Segue.
Segue?
I
don't know.
Segue? Yeah, this is segue. So I wanted to.
It has been said.
Talk about the Pelosi's and what happened at their San Francisco home. I don't even know where to begin with.
The
this.
weed is confusing them with words.
It is really weird because they're scrubbing stories about what happened, and they're like
memory holding certain parts of it.
Yeah. Oh my god. So the I don't even know. Like, okay. So basically, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, was in his San Francisco home. It was like 2:30 in the morning. And allegedly, he made the call. Like, it's really weird because this whole story is getting like memory hold as information is coming out, and they're changing it like right away. So it's like you get a little bit of information and then it's completely flopped over. And it's really confusing to keep up on the story and to know what is true and what's not true with this story because of how they're doing this. So here is an article that I have. And so I have to say that I can't verify anything for sure. Because it keeps changing, and how it's being was originally reported is not how it's being reported now. So this is October 28th that this article is from. And this is about Nancy Pelosi's husband. The alleged Pelosi intruder has a manifesto of conspiracy theories. And this is, I guess, him right here. So they're saying that this alleged home intruder attacked the 82-year-old Paul Pelosi early Friday, and that he holds anti-government conspiracy theories, according to sources. And so in San Francisco, this is one of their multiple homes. The alleged intruder who attacked the 82-year-old Paul Pelosi early Friday holds anti-government conspiracy theories, according to sources. Sources, which they don't name, told KTVU that authorities found a manifesto belonging to the 42-year-old David DePape. Is that how you say his name? P-A-P-A? Pepe? DePape? That contained conspiracy theories and anti-government COVID beliefs. Well, I mean, you could find that here too with me, but I don't have I hold beliefs, but I don't have a manifesto. He also allegedly had a list of other politicians he planned to target. So I mean, like, if that's true, then it would totally make sense that on how they set this story up. They say records in San Francisco Superior Court show that DePape was arrested in 2003, but the district attorney never filed charges. It's unclear what he was arrested for. So no evidence of what he was arrested for at all. They're just like, oh, well, we're just gonna like leave this open for speculation. Fill in the blank. Whatever you think that he might have gotten arrested for, holding those views. I heard he was a Nazi. And not the good kind either. Okay. So is this actually who is this from? I don't know why this is here. Do you see this? This is just a tweet that somebody has saying that he was in San Francisco Superior Court in 2003, arrested. The DA never filed. Unclear what the charges were. So like they're like, just putting that information out there again in this tweet. I'm not really sure what this tweet has to do with it. There's a video here. I'll come right back to that. So authorities say that DePape allegedly attacked and severely beat the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, with a hammer in a couple's San Francisco home Friday morning while searching for the domestic leader, and chillingly shouting, "Where is Nancy? Where is Nancy? Nancy!" Police were called to the home to check on Paul Pelosi around 2:30 in the morning when they discovered the 82-year-old and the suspect both grabbing onto the hammer. And the police chief William Scott at a Friday news conference. The intruder yanked the hammer from Pelosi and began beating him before they subdued and arrested by officers. They gave few details on the suspect or his motives. They said he had a fractured skull, serious injuries to his right arm and hands.
What are you doing?
He underwent surgery in San Francisco General Hospital. It was successful, apparently. And I guess she's been there. She went to the hospital. Last update I saw is that she went to the hospital for a couple hours and then left. But let's go. I mean, like, I'm sorry. If something happened to Steve and he was at the hospital, I wouldn't leave. Like, I would be there. Like, you don't just leave.
Well, what happened at
Ladies
the
and
hospital?
gentlemen,
What happened at the hospital exactly?
Talk to the microphone if you're going to talk about
He
this.
was treated. He was treated and released. I heard he had to get Nancy's boot removed from his ass for bringing his boyfriend home. I don't know.
Oh, okay, Steve, you're jumping the gun.
I'm jumping the gun.
You are. You're jumping the hammer.
Jumping the hammer. It's like the 80s again. I was jumping the shark back then.
All right.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
so I'm going to play this. I'm going to mute us and I'm going to play this video just to get
Fantastic.
the police's perspective of this.
Chief Scott and District Attorney Brooke Jenkins.
Okay, ready? All right, good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us here today. I am Chief Bill Scott of the San Francisco Police Department. I'm joined by our District Attorney, Brooke Jenkins, to my right, and I have our Assistant Chief of Operations, Chief David Lazar, and our Deputy Chief of Investigations, Raj Vaswani, with me as well. So I want to start off by saying thank you again for being here, and I want to give you an update, as we said we would. It's given as much as we can talk about at this moment. And let me start off by saying this is still a coordinated and collaborative effort between the San Francisco Police Department, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the U.S. Capitol Police, and our San Francisco District Attorney's Office led by DA Brooke Jenkins. At this time, the San Francisco Police Department is still the lead investigating agency. Each agency is evaluating the facts that flow from this investigation and evaluating those facts within their respective authorities to take the appropriate action. First, I'd like to provide a little more detail of what transpired this morning when the officers arrived at the scene. We've gotten a lot of questions. We want to clarify some things. There are just a lot of theories and speculation out there, so I will provide the detail I can. But please understand that this is an ongoing and active investigation, and there's a lot that we still need to dig into. So when the officers arrived and knocked on the front door of the residence this morning, the door was opened by someone inside, and the officers observed through the open door Mr. Pelosi and the suspect, Mr. DePapi, inside the entryway of the home. At this time, the officers remain outside of the threshold of the home, and they observed Mr. Pelosi and Mr. DePapi each with one hand on a single hammer. It was one hammer that the officer observed. Officers, while still outside of the doorway threshold, gave commands to both men to drop the hammer. Mr. DePapi immediately pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently attacked him with the hammer. The officers immediately entered, tackled the suspect, disarmed him, took the hammer away from him, and took the suspect, Mr. DePapi, into custody. They requested emergency backup, and they rendered medical aid. I can confirm that Mr. DePapi forced entry into a rear door at the rear of the Pelosi home. And I'd like to reemphasize the quick response and actions of our officers, Officer Kobe Wilmus, Officer Kyle Cagney, and Sergeant Edmund Huang. Also, I want to reemphasize and thank our dispatcher, Heather Grimes, for her intuition, her quick thinking. She had to interpret what she was being told. And based on her experience and her intuition, she basically figured out that there was something more to this incident than what she was being told. Her actions, in my opinion, resulted in both a higher priority dispatch and a faster police response. I think this was life-saving. Lastly, I want to thank our firefighters and paramedics from the San Francisco Fire Department also for a quick response and transporting Mr. Pelosi for medical assistance at the hospital. We've gotten a lot of questions about security. First of all, I want to say that the U.S. Capitol Police is responsible for protection of Speaker Pelosi and her family. The San Francisco Police Department will assist in any way we can. I've been in contact with Chief Tom Menger of the U.S. Capitol Police. We've been in contact with his investigators and at least one of his chiefs, and we are working collaboratively. Any questions about the security of the Pelosi home should be referred to the U.S. Capitol Police. That is their responsibility, and I would ask that you refer any questions about security to them. I won't be able to answer any of those questions. We also have received questions about how many times Mr. Pelosi was struck, and there's a lot of speculation out there. What we know is he was struck at least one time. We're going through our evidence, and when we have a definitive answer, we can release that. But right now we don't. So we know he was struck at least one time, and that's what we know. We also know, based on our investigation at this point, that this was not a random act. This was intentional. And it's wrong. Our elected officials are here to do the business of their cities, their counties, their states, and this nation. Their families don't sign up for this to be harmed. And it is wrong. And everybody should be disgusted about what happened this morning. With that, we will take any questions, and we will only answer what we can answer.
Roman, I wish you were there to ask this question.
It depends.
Well, this investigation, there's a lot of moving parts. We are writing search warrants, and as we learn more, we may have to write more search warrants. That's about all I can say. I don't have any results, and our investigators have been on this since the wee hours of the morning, and they're still on it. So we're going to do everything we can to uncover every piece of evidence that we can to hold this person accountable.
So they have been into the home?
I'm not sure that they've been into the home at this point, but I do know that we have written search warrants, and that work is ongoing.
Is the suspect under 5150 hold, or are they in jail?
Well, I can't, the suspect is still in the hospital. Definitely, I cannot release, and it's not appropriate for me to release any of the suspect's medical information, but the suspect is still in the hospital. But let me say this, we intend to book the suspect, whether it's in absentia or whether it's in person. He will be booked for felony charges.
And you can't confirm whether or not he's on 5150?
I cannot confirm anything about this person's medical condition.
Last question right up here.
Yeah, you say this wasn't a random act. What can you say about it? Do you think this was politically motivated?
We are not at the point where we can say what the motive is publicly, but we do know this was intentional. It is not random. We know that. So.
The dispatcher, can you say anything about how they needed to interpret the call, why he couldn't speak plainly?
Well, what I can say is that dispatchers have to report what's being told to them. And when you have an experienced dispatcher with good instincts, they learn how to read between the lines, but they have to report what's being told. They can't report anything other than what's being told. She knew something more was going on just in her heart and her intuition, just with her experience. And that caused for a higher priority than this type of call normally receives. I mean, this was a well-being check. And she just knew there was more to it. So she alerted our officers. She went that extra step. And because of that, they dispatched it at a higher priority than this type of call normally is. And that led to a quicker response.
Okay, that's it for right now. Thank you. We're all done. Thank you very much.
He was able to call 911. So he was the caller. He was able to call 911, and dispatch kind of took it from there and read between the lines. So just heroic going all the way around.
Was he
So.
speaking in a code sort of so that the assailant would know who was on the phone? Is that essentially?
What he said, she felt that there was something more to it. But again, dispatchers have to report what they're being told. But thankfully, experience and intuition, sometimes we when you're in this business long enough, you kind of get a sense for things, and her intuition was on point. So,
Okay,
so I'm going to stop there. So
we're done for this evening. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
I want to hear the 911 call.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, where he calls him his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't we hear
Moving now
that?
to Elon Musk. He is now in charge of San Francisco-based
Hey, it's me. Hello.
Elon.
Okay.
I own it.
He calls him his friend. When Paul called, he talks about his friend is there. I have where do I have they wiped a bunch of the shit. Like, let me see if I have
On the
the
audio.
Well, Jason, to be fair, you have to whack them, pretty good. Not too hard, not too soft. You know what I mean? You want to bring them up to like Brazil nut size after a while. What?
Oh my God.
I
Not
thought-
everyone's gonna understand what you're talking about.
Never mind. It's fine.
Dispatches.
Lots of people know what the book I was just talking about.
So yeah, some people
Yep.
You have implicated yourself, sir.
Do you want me to play the dispatches?
if you can put it in there, I'm going to. Yeah, I wanted to put.
Fudge cracker. There we go.
Gary Seth said the Minority Report clairvoyant made the call. Oh, it's coming
It's
from inside the house.
2:27 a.m. is when it starts.
Yeah, and see the thing is that what they're not reporting, what the police left out of that report, is a whole lot of shit. A whole lot. The fact that both of the men were in their underwear, just hanging out.
Hanging out playing with hammers. Little cosplay carpenter.
As we do. As an older person.
Yeah, as an 80-year-old man will do with a younger man, walk around in your drawers playing with tools.
Okay, how does this audio work? Oh my gosh, this is weird.
Go to 2:27. What is it called? 56 a.m. and click on it.
Oh well, this is like super. I don't know.
Not click on it, but press. Well, click on it first. Let's do that, and then you press play, or it'll play. It'll play right then.
Yeah, I don't know. This is
2:27, 56. And it should keep playing until it's done with the calls. It was on Twitter as well.
Yeah, this is like weirdly backwards though. Okay. 2:27.
56.
No, that's one. Wait. I need two. It's like way up here.
Yeah, you got to scroll. The plane. Oh, it rained today, by the way, during my podcast. I just noticed it mid-podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, it rained.
Okay, is it this one then? How do I make it play?
It should just play at the bottom. But it's at the bottom, the player.
Test unit, line 261. At fire station 12. At 1145, Canyon Street between Granite Street and Howard Street. Unit 2, engine 12. Respond on control 2. Engine 5 control. Fine. You advised earlier your BLS. Are you still BLS? Hey, we're back BLS again. Thank you. 7-6 go.
Dispatch engine 1 AMR 102 location 6 Majestic for the code 3 overdose unconscious A1. Medic 94 B16. AMR 102 now.
7-6 go.
Is there any available wellness people?
Oh, there we go.
Contact, again, the 13 receive wellness team available.
At 7-6 you need wellness. There's 3 crisis.
2252 location 175 6th Street across of Nostoma and Howard. Unit extension 8 Truck 1 Battalion 3 responding 1 Tech Channel 13.
76 you guys stepped on. Just confirming you need 3 crisis out there. Copy. RC1
They were just stuffing fake news.
Confirm street crisis or street wellness.
Copy.
Here to help us.
Copy.
Frank 2 Adams 982 B917 at 1701 Page across the Clayton and Cole. The subject carrying a stick with glass on the end of it, pacing back and forth between Clayton and Cole. Black male, early 20s, 6 foot thin build, dark clothing. Their pants were falling down. Wearing a checkered shirt around his waist. Is there an available park unit back to 2 Adam on this 917 with the stick and the glass? 14 Adam copy responding. It's 1701 Page across the Clayton and Cole. Northern 3 car, be pretty 910, dog bite, 1015 Geary. What's the 1020? One Adam case number is going to be 220-742-254. 742-254. 10-4.
82 King 110 at hospital. King 110 copy.
Medic 62, control for status.
Control 282.
Roy 1 for Adam, 10-4.
Okay, I'll try to go code 4 112 Athens of Peru on the 42 suburbs.
I think we somehow missed it. I don't. I have it, but
We put
it's confusing the way the site is because it's on Broadway.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. You know this better than me. So yeah, why don't you?
Let me present it. Okay,
Yeah,
I shall present it. Okay, because I know where it is. Let's see. Okay. Scooch it.
Northern 4 car, pay priority 910, 2640 Broadway, cross of Scott and Normandy. Hey, 14 hour copy. RP stated that there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. RP stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend. RP sounded somewhat confused. He is a friend. RP
A
sounded
friend.
Or back out.
I don't know who my friend is, but he's a friend.
Northern copy. 6 Rolls code 3. 6 Rolls code 3.
Everyone followed by Division Unit on scene 2640 Broadway. Special call medic 66, location 2640 Broadway. Cross Scott and Normandy Terrace. This is code 3. Control channel is A2. That's a second medic for a second patient. Baby 1, car B100 Audible 1842 Illinois, craft of Marin and cargo.
Okay, that's basically it.
You stand by for all emergency.
Okay, shut up.
All 3 of you.
Go away. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the 911. That's the dispatch. Sorry.
Yeah, that was his. He doesn't know who the guy is that's there, but it's a friend of his. It's not like an intruder.
Mhm.
It's a friend.
It's a friend. Oh,
And
that's
they're waiting
Davey.
for his wife.
It's Davey the communist. You know, always making trouble for the rich elite fucking capitalists. What the fuck is happening in this world?
So like this is like what is so weird about it, okay? Is that they're forgetting to talk about the fact that they were both in their underwear, that the guy was in the house.
There was canisters of amyl nitrate and nitrous on the floor.
No,
everywhere.
don't.
That's not true.
Don't, Steve. Don't confuse people more.
Don't call me by my name. I am the disembodied authority.
You're already on the thing. And the glass was broken from the inside of the house. I'm getting a bunch of feedback noise from you, Elle. I don't know if
Is
you're
Elle
typing or
tunneling
something.
right now? Is she like? It sounded like she was tunneling to a
I don't
different,
know what's
to a-
happening.
to a different place. That was neat.
Oh. Where is the?
It gave me squirrel vibes. I don't know.
Oh my
Sorry.
god. So they keep changing this. They're not talking about the fact that the guys were in their underwear. And I thought I sent you over a picture on. That's weird on Twitter, Steve, but it's not showing up.
I don't know. If you send it to my DM, it should still.
Well, okay. So there was a picture. I have a picture of the actual of their house, and the glass is obviously broken from the inside out. I'm not really sure, if this is a credible source right here, but the Santa Monica Observer, this Stan Green wrote this, and it says the awful truth. Paul Pelosi was drunk again and in a dispute with a male prostitute early Friday morning. Paul Pelosi stated that he doesn't even know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend. Yeah, right. So as San Francisco gay bars closed at 2 a.m., the two gay men met at a bar, went home together. Happens every night in the city by the bay, except one of these two men was married to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. I might disappear for telling you the truth. If I do, you all know why. But here's what really happened early Friday morning in San Francisco. And like I said before, I cannot verify that this guy is saying factual things, but some things are adding up, and it leans to the fact that he probably is got some truth in here at least. So according to San Francisco Police Department, David LePay told Paul Pelosi he would wait in the home for Nancy. The reporting part of Nancy Pelosi, the reporting party, stated that there is a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. The reporting party stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but advised that his name is David and that he is a friend. I don't know. To know your intruder's name, I mean, that's just something extra special. It's been a rumor for years in San Francisco that Paul Pelosi is gay. David LePay is said to be a Castro nudist. The lunatic who allegedly assaulted Paul Pelosi is a Berkeley resident and former Castro nudist protester and hemp jewelry maker. Sounds totally MAGA Republican to me.
Oh yeah.
This is from Twitter, because that's what they're calling him. They're calling him a MAGA. And like he's holding some really interesting views at the same time. I mean, I don't know.
Well, there's a couple of key things there to look at, and
I mean, they have to say he's a MAGA person. It has to be like a January 6th thing, right?
Right. They have to spin it so that it's
or QAnon.
Or QAnon, yes,
yeah.
And that comes
either
up.
way. That
comes up in here. Okay, so there's a theory as related to me by my source. Castro nudists are a group of recently radical gay male prostitutes that parade around naked with cock rings. It looks like that's what it's supposed to say. First of all, the police did not come in response to an alarm. They come in response to a wellness check. So somebody called them to check on Pelosi. Yeah. When he didn't answer the phone, the cops came inside. The San Francisco Police Department arrived. Pelosi was with the suspect, both men in their underwear. I have 3 stories that said it, and they were forced to do a retraction. But I have the originals, and the British papers still say it. So Pelosi owned the hammer, not the Pepe or the male prostitute who was doing something he didn't like. And there was even a press conference when they didn't know the mic was on. During that, a reporter confirmed that the suspect was a gay Castro nudist, but they told him he couldn't use it. I guess he couldn't say that. I don't know. Now tell me something. These people are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Nancy's a third in line for the presidency. You don't think that they have the most amazing security? And by the way, when Pelosi was in that drunk driving accident, he had a young man with him, and it was too covered up by the police and the press. And I remember there was somebody with Paul Pelosi when he, got in that car accident and he was drunk driving. So I don't personally, I wasn't there. I don't have any pictures or anything to prove it. But I mean, it really fits together. And like, I don't really I don't care if he's gay in all of this. And I don't wish harm on anybody. And, I don't think that, a hammer is the right thing. It's just that the facts of this case don't add up. And that's what makes it something that is so comical, is that it's so absurd.
And it's so predictably absurd.
It's very predictably absurd.
Yeah.
So there was only one hammer and it belonged to Pelosi, and only one cop said, "Where's Nancy?" None of the others said that he said that. And one of them could easily have broken that window. Remember, there was no alarm triggered.
Right.
How would the suspect have gotten into that house without doing that? Apparently, admittedly, he was known to be a known nutcase, election denier, says mainstream media, who has posted conspiracy theories online that he may be true. He also lives in Berkeley, where there's a 42-year-old career student. My law firm served a lawsuit against Paul Pelosi one time in San Francisco after attempting to serve at other residences in Napa and Georgetown. They weren't home, but staff were, and multiple law enforcement officers were on the perimeter. Breaking in is odd given the level of security. Said Harneet Dillon, Republican National Committee chairman. So that's all that's in that particular article. I just like this. I said all of this. I said it was a boyfriend thing, like a lover's quarrel that went wrong before I even had all this information. Like, it just seems like, why would there be two men in their underwear? How would he get in there? Like, it just, they could come up with some better like half truths. You know what I mean? Like they could do better than this. Come on now.
They were having a really old school kind of wrestling match, But then they brought tools in and it got a little out of hand.
I don't know where the hammer came from. Like, where did the hammer come from? And I'm trying to see if I can find that picture real quick. Let me see if I can just send it over.
I think that's what it was. Davey wanted some ice cream, and Paul was like, "No, bro.
Yeah.
Nancy will kill me."
He was like, "Nancy will get me if we do the ice cream." Let me see if I can find it. I have a picture of the house that they were in. I don't know where that went. But I have. All right, I sent you this one. It's weird because some of the things are not showing up. What is that one?
It's just two men being men, Men will be men.
You're bloody well right.
Okay,
Just
and
a little roughhousing.
Here it shows. Okay, so this is like a screenshot because they're wiping everything. So like screenshots had to be taken. I can show you guys the screenshot of that was showing that they were at one point reporting on KTUVU. They were reporting that they were both men were in their underwear when the police arrived. So they were reporting that, but that's been wiped now. That's been changed. That's not allowed to be.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of making sense. So like
Allegedly.
you know, like they act like as though screenshots don't exist. It's a really weird thing that they do that. And then another weird thing that happened too is at the start of the break-in, Paul Pelosi told the intruder that he had to use the bathroom, and then he made the 911 call. And he,
Yeah. He's
like
kind.
what? Like what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like what is happening here? It just
Well, that's what happens in the movies all the time. The perp lets you go to the bathroom so that you have a means of escape, and then you stay there and call the cops.
It just doesn't make sense. Like you would think that, like you know, like you could make. It would be better if they just told the truth. Like if everyone thinks that Paul is like you know gay. Like I mean, that would probably like win Nancy votes.
Yeah.
Like people would feel sorry for her and probably be like, oh, you know, like whatever. But that's not the case. I can't. Where did the image go? I can't find that. It's so weird that I can't find the image.
But that's such a standardized thing, and like especially in San Francisco area, you know, the wife is some corporate professional or some high-ranking official, and the husband is gayer than a $3 bill, but they just keep it under wraps and they stay married because it's a matter of convenience, you know, and appearance.
I mean, look at Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like
The other way,
whatever.
allegedly.
But to make up such a weird, like, whole counter story to it and try to like tie it in together. So I have another image to show you guys. This is a you know, allegedly this is the house that the guy lived at. This one. And okay, this just doesn't. So the FBI apparently went to this house. This just doesn't scream MAGA to me. You know, like they have the pot leaf in one of the windows. They have a Black Lives Matter. They have the rainbow flag. This is like, you know,
it's like Twitter personified.
It's like they went by our house, for fuck's sake. It's a bunch of hippies live there. What the fuck are they talking about, MAGA?
Yeah, they're like, this is totally like a MAGA thing. Like, this
is so much virtue signaling.
You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't make sense. This isn't what you would typically think of as being a MAGA house.
Not so much.
So the other thing that I have for this, I'm not going to go too much more into it. It's just, I have a San Francisco Chronicle, and it says that.
Oh, I saw that.
He was booked on suspicion. No, you fucker. It won't let me look at the article.
No, you can still scroll. I scroll.
No, it won't let me. It says you have ad blocker turned on. Only subscribers can read articles on this mode.
We can turn off the ad blocker.
Or turn off your ad blocker.
Yeah, you can do that.
Damn, though. Damn. Well, let me see. I think I have it right here.
I have something funny for the next go round.
No, it's not what I wanted. I was like hoping that I could click on it and it would let me see the article on my phone.
You have to do reader mode, right?
No, it won't let me see it. All right, whatever. These jerks. But it said that his surgery was successful and that Nancy went and visited him. The other image I have here, let me see, let me stop this thing because that's not working. And I have a New York Post tweet. And then this is, I guess this is him here and that's the bus that he lived in. And like, you know, they're all up in arms because he was a nudist and all this stuff like that, like somehow makes him something else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. But I did have a picture of the house also where the glass is broken outwards, which means it probably happened from the inside. It probably happened with a hammer. Who knows? But you know, there's so much speculation in this story because they like are wiping it as information is coming out. They're like wiping it. And then I saw like earlier there was interview of like the neighbors and like the reporters that are interviewing this neighbor about David LePage. There's such leading questions. What are his political views? Oh, do you know if he was, you know, blah blah blah. And if people think that they're like the weirdos or they're really well-known activists in the area, or you know, people don't like them for whatever reason, they're gonna find that neighbor. That's the neighbor that's gonna speak out, you know. So yeah, it's just really telling how they're doing this whole thing. I don't.
Wow.
And you know, it's great that Paul Pelosi has health care. You know, it's really great that they are provided the health care that we provide them, a gold standard health care. Well, the people of California and of the country are denied health care. Like, let's just remember that fact that this guy Paul is going to be fine. So that's my basic rundown. I think it was a lover's quarrel or something weird like that happened. I don't know. It's weird how they're like, yeah, the guy didn't attack him until the cops were there, and then suddenly he attacked the cops, and like the cops let themselves in because like they didn't let them in. Like what? Since when do they just get to like walk in your house just because they got a wellness call? I don't understand.
Yeah. Do you have that image that you were saying with the outward, the glass?
I'm looking for it.
Will it take a minute? Should we get to the funny thing?
Let me just look real quick. I thought I had. It's so weird how it's like not. Maybe I saved it in my phone on my screenshot.
I'm trying to calm my computer, guys. My fan is going crazy. I do have a lot of things up.
Oh, I do have it in my phone. So I can.
That's what it is. It sounds like your computer's gonna levitate. Like it's just starting to get. It's
I'm
like
trying here. I'm trying. I have a lot of things up.
It's gearing up for liftoff. It's like
it's been working very hard. I had a podcast. It's taking forever to shut.
I know it's up. Like of my phone, but that is the house right there, and you can see on there that the glass is broken out onto the outside of it. I'm glad I screenshotted it because this has been wiped now. It's really weird. I can't find it. And that's Sky News that had reported that. So, yeah. I mean, do you hang out with random guys at your house and call them your friend and call the police and have hammers and break glass?
No.
Like, you know, I don't know who this guy is, but he's my friend. What is that keyword? What is that code for? I don't know.
It's just a friendly hammer fight, Lucky.
It was hammer time.
It was a friendly hammer fight. Just two boys roughhousing as adults.
I mean, I'm glad that nobody was like, you know, like I'm glad that he made it in all of that. Like, I don't wish harm on anybody, but I really don't have, like, with people getting attacked like that in tents because they have to live outside in tents and they're not safe outside. Because I'm not saying that everybody that's living outside that's houseless is violent, but we know that violence happens, and those people have less protection. They don't have security. They don't have alarm systems. They don't have those comforts and conveniences when they're living outside. So, it's just I have empathy for people that are injured, and I don't want to see anybody hurt and any of that. But
No, you're
at the
sounding weird.
same time, I sound weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is the interwebs meter going down?
No.
It could be Elle hearing it because her computer is working really hard too. So.
It's not me. Don't. It's not me.
Nothing's happening over here. Like,
Well, it's gone now, but it was like changing. The level was changing a little bit.
Huh.
It's not. Elle does not have a vacuum on in the evening. She just has a very hyperactive fan in her computer.
She's just doing some dust busting, okay, everybody? Back off. God.
So,
and now she has people slamming doors in the fucking hallway. So that's lovely.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Sound effects. Cue the Foley, people, please. Thank you.
So, let me know what you guys think of this story. What do you believe? Is this guy like some kind of he's they're like he's anti-Semitic and he's MAGA and he's all these other things, and he could be those things too, but that still doesn't make this story add up.
Right.
It still doesn't make it make sense to me. The pieces are not fitting together.
Yeah.
That was my point about it. And it's like, oh, well, he doesn't believe in election stuff. Well, how would they describe me? How would they describe Elle? How would they describe you personally if they wanted to smear you?
Oh, yeah.
How would they smear you? You know what I mean? Like, what would our own smearing profile look like if it was us that they were trying to place the blame on something on us? I mean, oh my gosh, they have plenty to work with.
Well, I have a funny little thing that happened in Pennsylvania for the next thing. Just a little respite.
Yeah, I want to see what everybody's thinking here, and then we can go on to the next thing. Yeah, Russian propaganda, exactly. And he knew his name. How do you know? Like, oh, he's my friend. I don't know who this guy is, he's an intruder, but he's my friend. Like, that's something you would expect from someone else that's senile.
Yeah.
Like,
well, those two channels, absolutely, Stevie. That's what they would do. And she's like, the fucking
Stevie said naked hammer fights don't happen sober.
That is a valid point.
That is so valid. I've never had a fight with a hammer. I mean, I've used a hammer for like working on tools and stuff. I have never used it for any kind of intention towards a human being ever.
Like Mouse is like, he's like, I do drugs with fucking crazy people in wild places all the fucking time. Like ending up in your underwear with hammers doesn't just happen by accident. It's just not a thing that just that just occurred. Oh, I remember one night we were all standing around our underwear and the cops showed up. We had hammers. It was.
I know. Are they gonna go after hammers next? I mean, like, they're gonna be like, oh,
yes, the carpenter belt, is that an open carry?
I know. Is the carpenter belt an open carry? I mean, you guys are Rob. You guys are like, you guys are killing me with these freaking things.
Fucking jokes are too funny. Oh my god.
I mean, when you have a hammer, everything is a nail.
That's
right?
true.
He's like, I wanted to nail him.
He's just trying to nail
God, like the jokes are bad. The
David,
jokes are
come here, let me
really
nail
bad. I feel like they're like dad jokes, but they're really bad dad jokes, like really bad.
Yeah.
Whack-a-hole. Oh my god. Oh,
And
I
all the
made a
damn
joke.
All the entendres.
where's your? Is it at the beginning or I don't know where it is?
There's so many.
I just made it. He just wanted to get nailed.
Guys, that's really bad. I feel bad laughing about this stuff. Like, I'm not thinking about the actual like attack and somebody being in the hospital when I'm thinking about these jokes, but I'm just thinking, I mean, a hammer.
If someone's still alive, you can make jokes about him.
Okay, if they're alive, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
acceptable.
That's
If he
the
dies, you'll be like, "Oh shit, sorry."
It's all fun and games
Stevie said it was
till somebody
improv.
hammers you.
She said it was improv self-defense class.
Now let's just say you got a hammer and we're both in our underwear. What are you gonna do, Dave? Bang. I don't know. It's like I said, it's all fun and games until someone hammers your Brazil nuts.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you guys didn't see last Thursday's show, you should check it out. So you know what Steve is talking about when he's talking about Brazil nuts.
That was funny.
Lord.
Yeah, that show was that I was like, we have to do a reaction video to this.
They were making meat butter. That's what Mom said.
They were making
The
meat
old-fashioned
butter.
way.
The old-fashioned way, hammering it out between two good friends, two good male heterosexual friends in their underwear.
Yeah, they just watched that video when they were just trying to enact.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Applejack, I think, got it. He said that Jimmy Dore said that he sent that guy after Paul because Jimmy mentioned a hammer like 8 years ago.
Oh,
so you know that's gonna be a
sleeper
thing.
cell.
They're gonna make it like they're gonna be like Jimmy Dore.
Jimmy,
you live in the
is
same
Jimmy-
state. It's your fault.
Is Jimmy Dore responsible for sleeper state?
I know.
We've got, fucking sleeper agents.
Hey, Salty Dive.
Yeah.
I want to call you Dave.
Pelosi does have huge boobs.
Mammalian
I'm
protuberances.
pretty sure they are not natural. I'm not 100%. I have not. Nor
It
do I
doesn't sound
want
right
to.
unless you say it like mammalian protuberances.
Yeah.
You have to say it that way. So, I don't know. It's programming. It's subtle. I don't know.
Kim, I think it is. I think it's Jimmy Dore's fault.
Everything is Jimmy Dore's fault.
Oh my gosh! And I let Mishka know that you guys all gave her positive feedback for doing the show. That the other night. So I wanted you guys to know, like, she's adorable, and she loves peaches. So, all right, let me see. Yeah, Jimmy was just touring. He was in Florida. He'll be back tomorrow on the show.
Yeah, he's on the pot. That guy. And jack off. He's on the pot.
We should do a thing, like writing our own propaganda piece against ourselves.
Before anyone else does.
Like the
Yeah.
parody version of
Before
it. Like we should write our own parody.
Before
like,
the Elon version comes out on Twitter.
that would be fun. That would be
idea.
fun. Everyone, you have homework now, okay? If you're here right now and you're hearing it, you need to write your own propaganda piece about yourself.
And no copying anybody's paper.
Yeah, no copying.
No Googling. If you don't know who you are,
What would they
then
call
look it
you?
up.
You know?
Yeah, what would they say about you? And your long hair and your crazy mustache made you look like a Iranian or something.
Huh?
You know, whatever the smear is, people, you can just use countries. It doesn't even have to make sense. People just, he knew 6 guys from China once.
China.
In the 70s.
China.
He knew 6 of the best people.
Yeah, Salty, couldn't you see this coming? Sex crazed MAGA hippies doing butt stuff with hammers. I knew this was coming.
I had this on my bingo card.
I did not have this on my bingo card. I will be honest with you guys. Like, Like, wow.
I thought Paul was dead,
Grinder has been hacked.
or the Walrus, or something. I can't remember. You
I
have to
just
be-
mentioned them in the chat.
You have to be as old as Nancy and Paul to remember if Paul is actually dead or the Walrus.
How many people do you think are going to be like I think that MC Hammer is going to be back in fashion, like the tool belts, like I was gonna just sit out with the neighbor, and like she's got candy or something to pass out to the kids. And I was like, oh yeah, Steve can do music and I can do my lights or whatever, and whatever, we can hang out outside and see the kids dressed up and all, and we'll do that. But I mean, now I might need to get a tool belt thing,
Yeah, it's significantly creepier with the tool belt. Play.
Will the cost of hammers go up now, and then they'll blame it on inflation?
I have some inside people at the Home Depot. I'll have to reach out and see what's going on with the pricing structure. Hammers. Southern New England hammer pricing.
They have to ban hammers, man, because we're not safe with them around.
Ben Hammer, he was fantastic in the 70s, man. What a keyword.
I don't know that reference.
It's Jan Hammer, but that's okay. Van, perfect. Van.
It's all Greek to me.
All right, so
it's progressive rock, man. It's okay.
I know a lot of them, but just not that one.
So on to the next. Wow.
Let's have an update, yeah? Let's have an update, see how the president's doing. That always makes us feel better, right?
Joey Cornflake. Yeah.
156.00.
Yeah,
this was the speech that he made in Pennsylvania to support that guy, the dude. The guy. Fetterman, whatever his name is. The dude that's running in the election.
Fetterman?
The worst.
His twin?
This is the end of it.
Feminine.
So let's see what happens in context on this PBS NewsHour, which is all I could find on short notice. Sorry. Democratic event where he's supporting this candidate in a race and doing just a bang up job, Joe. Let's see how this goes.
I want to hear how Joe pronounces Fetterman.
It's Featherman.
Featherman. Joe Featherman. I mean, Bob. I mean, John.
Okay. I'm muting us.
And mainstream Republicans and independents to come together. We can meet this moment. We can meet it together. I truly believe we're just getting started. I've never been more optimistic about America's future. I'm meaning sincerely. We just have to remember who in God's name we are. We're the United States of America. And there's nothing beyond our capacity if we work together. So vote, vote, vote. Get out the vote. Win. Vote, 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 vote. May God bless you all. And may God protect our troops. And go Phillies!
Did he make a Nazi symbol?
He's like, Turn on the fucking mic so
He's
we can
like,
talk over it.
I almost fell. Maybe I better run this way real quick. It just
Come
seems
on,
like-
Jack. We're going for a jog, everybody. Come on. Which way is the cornflakes?
It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
But it gets better because
Oh wait,
It's so fantastic with the pomp and circumstance music and the whole
I'm just
fucking.
gonna. Yeah, but the music. I'm just gonna. Oh, is he back?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, he pops.
Look at him. He's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to go over there.
He's like, oh, hey, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm the president. Good to see you.
I just almost fell off the stage.
I almost fell off the other side. Oh, there's two doors here. Okay,
Let me jog. Let me jog.
which side has the audience on it?
Let me make it seem like I'm not an old.
Let's go for a jog now. He just like jogs across the stage, like, come on, Secret Service guys, keep up, you sons of bitches. Oh my God, it's fucking. It's like it is as silly as anything that I've ever seen on TV goofing on a president. Like they couldn't even come close to the fucking the hijinks and the just the straight up malarkey delivered by the Biden administration on a day-to-day basis.
I put something in the private chat that would really go as an addendum to this. It's just a flashback that somebody put on Twitter where this clip was trending on Breaking 911. Again, they're killing it. And it's just a reminder of what Saudi Arabia had on SNL, their version of SNL. So this is a really funny like comparison. It happened in real life. Like you can make this up, but then it happens in real life. So it's pretty crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it should be the next thing from Twitter. There it goes.
It is Malarkey Express.
Compare and contrast. This is fun.
The face is hilarious.
It just seems so confused.
Yeah, that's literally Kamala. Somebody dressed as Kamala, moving him to the podium.
Somebody dressed as Kamala. Can we get the vice president to grab the president, please? He's walking off the stage again. What the fuck?
And you know what's great? I called this not long ago. I was like, he's gonna walk off the stage really soon. Like it's gonna happen. I predicted this.
Yeah, I do remember.
I don't know exactly what happened.
It's actually worse.
She's like,
it's actually
no.
worse in real life, though. Like it's
Joe,
so much
Joe.
worse in real life.
Joe,
It's so much more awkward.
Just hold on. Just this way.
Yes, it's a parody, but it's the parody came before this that it's parodying.
Yes.
So it didn't really happen in real
Yeah,
life.
the parody
But now it
happened first.
It's kind of pre-crime, really, if you look at it. It's it's pre-comedy.
It's like we both called that. Like we both did. Like they knew it was coming. I saw it coming. You know, like.
Oh, and he also called her the president again. So that's fun.
Because that's gonna be the thing that's gonna happen. He's gonna fall and he's gonna hurt his hip or he's gonna do something.
He said he could drop dead any day now. So.
Yes, he did. Walking on the news like I gotta drop dead at any time.
I mean, we really could.
Mr. President, are you
Anybody
okay?
could, especially the more boops that you get.
Oh, dude, that's what I kept saying. He's gonna have COVID like within the next 4 days.
Oh, again, yeah, I'm sure he'll have it again.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
But that's not weird.
No, not at all.
I mean,
That's how you know it's working. It gives you the COVID,
would-
then you know it's working.
Yeah, they said that's what they've said now. You know, if you're feeling sick afterwards,
That's a good
it's
thing.
working.
Let me show you the clip where he said that she was the president. Hold on a second. It's just a joke, right? He's just joking. It's not a joke.
Kidding.
Everything else is not a joke.
It's like when he said, 2 words.
Yeah,
Made in America.
America was now made in
Yeah.
America. It's like no, it wasn't
Made in America.
It wasn't a
He meant,
maiden
like-
voyage. It was.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Exactly.
talking about the chick on the St. Pauli girl beer bottle. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny because it says "Made in America" like right behind him, and people were
Yeah.
like, "No, it was made in America." I'm like, "No,
They'll make
no.
up excuses for everything he says. It's insane. He's joking. He never
You
jokes.
see what Ghost Art said?
No.
He put a "I voted" sticker on his granddaughter's chest. Oh, God.
Creepy.
Yeah, exactly. It's predictive programming. Exactly. Oh, God.
I'm not noshing yet, but I should nosh. Thanks, little. I gotta eat some no phrasing. I gotta eat some Brazil nuts. They are Brazil nuts, though.
Careful.
I gotta
Careful
eat
now.
some almonds, and I gotta eat some cashew.
Brought to you by the last
And
Fearlessly Authentic on Thursday.
I'm eating some mixed
Will
assortment
Blunderfield, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
of different legumes. There. I'm done.
Lagoon.
Oh, Ghost Art.
Legumes time.
Oh hell yeah. That is
All right,
and that is my my ideal go-to image of a maiden is the lady, the beer lady on the bottle of beer there. On the St. Pauli girls.
I'm going to put this on a screen. Is it going to do a weird echo? I got to mute us.
And happy birthday to a great president. We know your mom's always with you. Yes. All the time.
It's a joke.
Happy birthday to a great president. We know your mom's always with you. Yes. All the time.
Wow. It just never ends. Like it never it is more of the same. It's like
These are jokes, man. Come on, man. Jokes.
Come on,
come on,
Jack.
Jack.
Come on, Jack. You know the thing.
Dr. Jack?
Yeah, it's a pfefferman, pfeffer pot, pfeffer, Jackman.
Ooh,
Come on,
Kate
man.
made cauliflower soup.
Oh, I have a newfound appreciation for cauliflower.
I love cauliflower soup.
I like cauliflower pizza. What do you make?
I love cauliflower pizza too. I love.
I had pizza
I don't like it raw.
the other
though.
night.
I don't like raw cauliflower.
I'm lying. I don't like
It was cashew cheese.
like a pizza that's like full of anchovies. That like gnarls me out. I don't like it. A couple, okay, all right. I'm down with that as long as there's some vegetables to kind of soak up some of that fishy saltiness. Yeah,
Well,
it's all
Jason,
good.
we're glad that you're here with us.
Yeah,
We appreciate every one of you.
I'm really glad Jason is here because somebody's got to say
Thank you.
in blasphemous souls.
Yes. We need someone praying for us.
Man,
Oh my God.
Jason's been praying for Jimmy Dorsal for 25 years. I don't know if that's true at all, Jason. But it's just.
I just sang some lyrics, but I don't think it will get copyrighted because nobody heard it.
Well, I heard it. Was it Joan Osborne?
No.
That was the lyrics in your mind. That was the song playing in your head.
That's just what I thought.
I hope everybody's having a happy Sunday.
I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
This has been a pretty informative episode. I think we all learned a lot so far. And if you didn't, that's
Oh my God,
sorry.
Mouse, I love you. Mouse said last time I had to call San Francisco Police Department. It was a giant Care Bear crying in my hallway. He was pretty hammered though.
He's that guy from that poster. He's the
Like,
pink,
how do you
the pink one going, I'm struggling, bro.
how do you begin to be like, I have a Care Bear
I love Care Bears.
in my hallway that needs help though? Like, how do you call and have that? I mean, maybe it's just a San Francisco thing.
I think it is. I think furries you're probably going to see more furries per capita in San Francisco. It's just a guess. I think furries are come from a place. You have to be in a certain level of position and stature to be able to afford the furriness. You know, you can achieve furriness at different levels too.
I made this.
See, like
Furries are people too.
Lucky is a little furry now, and see what you did? See what you did there? It all starts from a Care Bear crying in the hallway, man.
Yeah, but this is
Yeah, man.
It is.
Look at pocket.
That's like hippie bear. See, this is the kind of hippie shit we're talking about that you would probably find near that dude's house. Probably not that many. Like, we have the best people. We have the best hippies in our community.
Had to
Only
grab,
the best.
Had to grab my beer.
Only
My bear
the
head.
best LSD. We never. Only the good acid. Everyone. China. The acid from China.
And it has Grateful Dead like ribbons, like actual like.
Jason Rodriguez says, "You're a poor husband." Don't get me started, bro.
Well, there's your Halloween costume.
Fuzzy.
Yeah, Leo has a matching. It's actually the same as this right here. I think right.
Mike.
His teddy bear one, isn't it? This green, Steve, the same as Mike.
Yeah, it's like Mike Wazowski over there.
Yeah.
Mike Wazowski's little kid cousin.
Yeah. So
Mikey Shore.
these are great. They're warm. And I have to take pictures of them because I have some that I have to put up for sale.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and
That's my job.
Who doesn't want
I make art stuff. That's my
fuzzy things to wear on your head with pockets and ears? Jeez,
especially in the winter.
Especially in the winter. I mean, even you know, in the temperate zones, I could see Oz Whistles rocking one of those on a chilly evening in Australia.
This one is really cool too, though. This one is really
that one's super heady. That one's like the that's for your real, like, your serious wook brother-in-law.
It's huge.
That, you know, has giant dreads and it needs room, right?
And it has pockets.
Yeah, and it has
like
wow,
bigger.
Yeah, and this one has
groovy inside colors.
and the hood of it is so big. Like, oh my gosh, it's so great. And Leo would sleep inside of this.
You could.
Yeah, I mean, like, because it can get really hot when you're out doing, you know, you're out dancing and you're at shows and at the bars and stuff. Like, even in Connecticut winter, I would go outside with this on and like a tank top and my pants because I would be so hot from dancing on the inside. But yeah, this is one of the hoods that I made too. But this one's huge.
Big.
Like,
Beautiful. They look good on the TV screen there. And they're very soft and fuzzy.
so yeah, my goal is to get those up onto our online shop this week.
Aggravated says my cat wants one this winter.
I got some new fabrics too. That are like that, so I've got to make some more.
Yeah, most of them are reversible, right? I mean, you kind of made them that way, didn't you? Like I know maybe not that big one that you just showed, but I think there's a couple of them.
Oh, I have a
around.
bunch of the other ones like that are
Yeah.
made, and I have some that are made from vintage fabrics and all different patterns and stuff. So that's actually why.
Because SF asked if that one was reversible. But it's not really.
Why I have it. Oh yeah, I do have some that are reversible.
Yep.
Yes, I do.
We sell our stuff on luckyburrito.indiemade.com.
Yeah.
That can.
.cam.
I think the description. It said the link is in the description.
The link is in this description of this video that you're watching currently.
I can grab it real quick too. We have a bunch of stuff up on there.
Yeah, I've heard that too, Kate. That they keep saying, "Oh, Donnie's gonna try to run again." Good, go ahead.
Yeah, that's our.
Give a frickin'.
That's our online store.
Frickin' frack.
Like I have one.
Cool,
this right here. Am I allowed to show this?
Oh, that I don't know. I know a fella who might be partial to that. Is he still watching, or is he banging on drums? Yeah.
I think we'll find out. But look at this.
Hello, kitty.
They're great. They hold your phone. They hold your shit. They're super cute.
Cauliflower is also good without meat. Just saying.
Without meat, I
Without
don't
meat?
want it. I don't want it with meat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Little's like cauliflower is good with meat.
Oh.
I'm like it's also good without meat.
I like cauliflower Pringles kind of things. Like there's a cauliflower crisp from Vegan Rob's, which is pretty damn good, and good every once in a while because I wouldn't want to eat it all the time because it's not that healthy. It's still salty, but I do enjoy it. It's addictive though, so I gave it a minute. I was like, can't eat that right now, but and I like the cauliflower puffs too. They're like really good, which I didn't think I'd like. So there you go. Yay, Vegan Rob's. Good for you.
Vicky likes your Biden impression, Steve. Just so you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jack.
Oh yeah, the big P that is being
Pfefferman.
quiet right now. That's two-winged. Buddy, he loves vegetables. Actually, he was very upset that Steve was cooking them and he didn't give him any carrots earlier, and he got very upset with Steve. And he did end up getting his carrots.
He got some carrots, and absolutely, Lucky will make like a bag for your bong or your pipe or your whatever, and like fluffy and squishy that you can bounce it off the floor.
Well, I don't know.
I've seen it before.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Don't make promises.
Little's like, I bet you Lucky makes fatty weed pipe bags, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, the little pouch that I showed you.
Brr.
Steph has a couple of them. Steph from Jimmy Dore's wife, and that's what she keeps her bowls in. That's what she travels with her bowls in.
That is kind of funny though. She should have like a fluffy one. Like you should have a fluffy one.
Yeah, I could make padded ones. Absolutely.
Fluffy.
So I put something in the chat, the private chat, for the next thing for the recession topic.
Okay. This one, the last link, yes.
Yes. So good news.
Lala's like, hey, I got a Hello Kitty pouch from Lucky.
We're back out now working with the BMW.
Wait, what happened? Did I show something I wasn't supposed to?
No.
You didn't show anything.
I didn't see a damn thing. She just said, hey, I got a Hello Kitty pouch from Lucky.
Oh, what's
Question
coming to you in
mark.
the mail?
No, she's like, question mark. I just got a question mark. Yep.
Yes, Gabriel, that's Al's computer.
No, it's not. Not this time because it ain't making any noise. So I don't know
No.
what it is.
It's just the what do you call it? The
Unless it's my fridge. It could be my fridge in
it
the other room.
yeah.
I have a
don't
really
know.
good mic apparently. Fucking mic. Why?
It's super sensitive, whatever it is, and it could just very well be the operative assigned to fearlessly authentic to eavesdrop the whole time.
We have a fearlessly authentic.
Might have just forgot his mic was on or her mic is on. You know,
Their
it
mic.
happens. Their AC is loud. It's cool, guys. Don't worry about it. You know.
Who doesn't like some humming in the background? It's very
I
calming.
know. If you guys would like some humming, I'll just.
I'm behind, like really far behind on this chat.
I'm very far away from my mic, by the way, because it's like over there. And I'm not even like, I'm just trying to keep it as quiet as possible without.
Whoa.
You know.
Chris Foster said, I knew a guy that was arrested while dressed as a carrot. I love it.
Carrots
I can't make a joke about that. Damn it.
Carrots are delicious.
Carrots, I mean, that's a better weapon, right? It's a better weapon than a hammer because you can't eat.
Well, it's a better weapon if you're hungry, I guess.
I mean, like, the carrot might break. It might not be able to do as much.
I don't know. You could probably, I don't know. You might be able to turn that hammer into some good vegetables or some beef somewhere down the road. It's a little effort. I'm not sure I agree with that statement.
Gamer! You've never watched Monsters, Inc. You need to watch Monsters,
Though
Inc.
I do enjoy carrots.
I have Monsters, Inc. Like Christmas stockings. I don't have a tail, but I do. Oh, I do somewhere. I do have a foxtail, purple foxtail.
I love sex fucking toy. That's great. Yeah.
Yes, if Seaver was a Care Bear, he would have the music symbol on his belly. Absolutely.
I think so.
I used to love the Care Bears growing up. And Transformers. I went both directions.
Yeah, me too. I love Transformers when I was younger. I think, and I was older then when they came out. So it was like, it's kind of weird for me to like those robot dudes, but I did.
I like the toys, obviously.
Yeah.
There was no movie yet.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Drew, that darker hood is my personal one, but I still have more of that material. I can make you your own. That one is my own personal one. That like that guy actually like wear that out and go places in it. And the patch on the side is a super special. It's from a friend of mine that died. So, but yeah, if you want one, we'll talk. We'll figure it out. All right. Am I caught up? I think I'm mostly caught up on this
Holy crap.
chat. No?
I don't know.
John Kemper's here.
John Kemper.
Welcome. Bienvenidos. Willkommen.
Fuck yeah,
Bienvenue.
Drew. Drew's got like a fucking little studio going on.
What?
His upstairs room, his upstairs attic there, he's got guitars and fucking basses and drums and keyboards and things and stuff, speakers and what have
awesome.
yous.
All right. I can play this video now. I think
Okay, here's some sobering news.
Yay. Okay, I'm going to mute us.
We're back out now working with the BMW to try to figure out a temporary agreement that can be, or a tentative agreement that can be taken back out for ratification. I anticipate we're going to be able to do that. Maintenance away employees could drag over into next year. I don't anticipate that. I think there's a path forward for us to get another tentative agreement, get it back out for vote.
And that was Union Pacific CEO Lance Fritz on our air exactly 1 week ago, suggesting that ongoing railroad union votes need to get done this year. But more than 60% of the Brotherhood of Railroad signalmen failed to ratify. And if the railroads fail to reach a deal, we could see a strike as soon as November 19th. Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman has the latest. Rick, so we seem to have seen a scenario like this before. Is there a possible strike on the table?
Yes, but importantly, it is not going to happen, if it does happen, until after the midterm elections on November 8th. So When this first came up, the President Biden directed the Labor Secretary Marty Walsh. He basically said, get this resolved. And it looked like it was resolved in October, but then we had one union that said, no, we're not ratifying this. And now we have a second one. So my best guess is they will get this resolved without a strike. But if they don't, it's a big deal because of all the goods that travel by rail. And we've already got problems with supply chains that are one of the factors pushing prices up to 8.2% inflation and higher for some things like food. So the government needs to get involved to get this resolved, which I think it probably will, but it may go down to the wire close to November 19th.
So yeah, interesting timing with the midterms and all.
Yeah, why is everything always about like when people are gonna vote? Like, like it would be nice.
Anything until after the midterm.
Like go on that timeline. You know what I mean? Like it would make me a lot more less suspect. You know.
Yep. Much love to John Kemper.
Yes.
We're so glad to have you here.
What? Oh, we love you, John.
Before I was talking about my father and how I haven't been in contact with him. I still don't know what's going on with him. We checked the hospital nearby to see if he might have been admitted, but there's no one by that name. So my family, funnily enough, like showing you how great a person he is, he doesn't spend any time with his brothers and sisters, and they don't really talk to him. He doesn't want them to talk to him. So he doesn't converse with them or have anything to do with them. So they wouldn't even know if anything happened to him because he doesn't have a relationship with them. So there's that. So I'm still kind of in limbo, wondering what the hell's going on. And my mother's concerned as well. So.
Oh, that's really hard. Yeah, it's been almost 2 years since I lost my dad. And I can't believe that it's been that long. It doesn't feel like in January it will be 2 years. And I'm just, oh man. Well, I hope that your dad is okay. And
yeah, because he was saying how he wasn't feeling well like beforehand, and not for nothing, but he like got the original concoction from Pfizer. So who knows what happened with him? He was very older. He's in his 60s, not 60s. He's in his 70s. My mother's in her 60s. But he's been belly aching a lot lately. He usually would text me at least after my birthday or something. So I was kind of concerned that he kind of missed it. And then also I tried to call him even, and it went straight to voicemail. So I was kind of the thinking that maybe, just maybe, he had a phone situation and he just doesn't have a phone, or he lost it or something. And he'll eventually find one. And I don't even know if he has a landline. Isn't that funny? I have a landline and my parents don't. So hilarious. But get a landline, people, because these cell phones don't last forever. Not that the landlines do it either, but like there are generators and stuff and like ways to, get that electricity until they turn everything off. Then we won't have it anymore.
know how to read a map.
That too. I have a map. I have a Thompson guide.
Know how to read a map and have the skills that if it came down to it, would you know what herbs to use? Would you know how to identify plants and the trees? And, would you know basic survival? Are you going to be able to survive if stuff did go down? There's some good things to know.
Mm-hmm. So there just happens to be an article, by the way, on here. I just looked up recession on Brave, and these articles come in, and one of them literally has the headline that says 5 of the riskiest industries to work in during a recession, according to economists. But we're not in a recession, right? Allegedly. This is from 3 days ago. And then they have Elon Musk, of course. So 3 reasons leaders from Elon Musk to Jamie Dimon say we're on the verge of a recession, and 1 reason the world might script, blah, 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 blah. Don't know what the rest is. A very wordy fucking headline there. And then build up an emergency fund ahead of a likely recession in 2023. Personal finance experts say, here's how much you should, I guess, save. The Dow is soaring as big tech tumbles. What that says about the Fed, recession fears, and the path ahead for stocks. So there's a lot of stuff here that you can just find, and there's a lot of like precipitation of these situations. So it's good to be aware of what's happening, and even when they're lying about it and stuff, like, oh, that's not happening. We're not doing this. Another jumbo Fed rate hike is expected this week, and then Powell's life gets difficult. This is from Market Watch, which is a good way to find out what the fuck's going on with the market and everything. So we could look at that if we're going to stick on the subject. I'll put it in the StreamYard.
Okay.
There we go. Powell. Fucking Powell. All these motherfuckers.
Sorry, I was just checking our Odyssey and Rumble are up and running good.
I thought that was me for a second. I was about to unplug my mic. I'm like, no, she's doing something on purpose.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put our Odyssey and Rumble in here. If you guys are on these other platforms, if you guys wouldn't mind just liking the other streams, it's very helpful. Oh, is that me? Am I doing?
Yeah, that's what I was hearing before.
No, it's not. Everything's muted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's muted. I don't know where it's coming from.
Huh. Oh, I'm so glad, John.
Yeah, I'm look at that. You say that, and I'm clicking to like show his comment at the same time. Like that's just yeah. You know, I love that people come here and then they say like they feel like they're home.
I think
like
that rug is clean.
what?
The sound that's been going the whole time. So he's like, I think that rug is clean now.
It's Al's rug cleaner.
It is not.
It's her Roombot. Okay, her roommate left the Roombot going, and she doesn't know the code. Okay, just get over it.
There's literally nothing happening. I don't know what it is. It's government interference. They heard my podcast and they're on the loose.
Matrix is breaking. That's what it is. It's fucking Morpheus trying to call in, man.
I'm breaking through.
Snorted! Jason, you made me snort.
It's Elon. He saw my picture and he's very
Exactly. It's Elon calling from inside the Matrix trying to fucking
Remember,
get us.
everyone has homework, you know. Yes, Steve
You will
is
all be smeared effectively by morning.
we need to make our own smear campaigns. Come on.
Yes.
That would be just so
DIY
funny.
smear campaigns.
Yes, okay. Maybe we need to make an advertisement. We need everybody to do this because I think it would be so funny. Like, how could they smear you? Oh my God, you guys, you crack me up, and
Fucking best chat on the fucking internet.
I know. I feel like we collect the best of everybody. Like, so, you know, if you're a Breritonian, as we have been named by Rick Overton, I mean, how amazing is that? We love Rick. So, he named us Baritonians. And so if you know the show, if you're part of the show and you're here, that means you're a Baritonian. And we're our own little burrito tribe. And that means like you're one of the best people on the interwebs. Just saying.
Are there any Elanians in here? Elanians.
There could be a subsect of Burritonia, Alanian.
Oh no, is it gonna let me read this article?
It should.
No. No.
You should be able to.
Nope.
Nope. I can. I got around it.
You presented
it. Yeah, I can still read it because I have really good eyesight when it matters. Somehow.
All right, you have to do it. I have
Which
to.
is funny because I don't, but I can still read things in the dark, which is weird. I can also read backwards, which is fun. And upside down. Just
Whoa.
a fun fact.
Oh, well, I went to do a painting the other day and my dyslexia kicked in the middle of my painting while I'm writing the word fearlessly. It was great. It was so great. I was like, Steve, I messed it up. I can't do it.
Okay, like Hoover is like the Kleenex, like they used that term for the
Hoover
action
vacuum.
when it's a brand, like they have brand name recognition, like Kleenex. So people say, grab a Kleenex.
Yeah. Think about that. Vaseline.
We're gonna Hoover it.
Yeah,
Vaseline is another one.
Is a brand.
You know what I saw today? Like, not to interrupt too much, but like not today, yesterday. I went to the store and I was looking for like cleaning products, and I saw a bunch of sponges, but they were all Scotch-Brite, literally all of them. And I was like, that's a fucking monopoly right there. There's no other kind of sponge.
I think that's what's going to happen with Twitter. I think that we are seeing a monopoly happen.
Yeah,
we are seeing it happen right before our eyes. We're gonna, because remember what Elon works closely with the government, and he also wants us to have that one app that's like the everything app or whatever. So like we don't have to have any other apps or anything on our phones. Like we just all in one, everything, because nothing ever goes wrong when you have everything together, right? Like,
and he loves, killing monkeys and shit for science.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like that episode of Futurama, for fuck's sake. Everything app, really?
Yeah. Well, why is there a cartoon for everything that happens in reality? And how come there's a movie in Hollywood for everything that happens? It's like predictive programming, like, I guess.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the predictions for the recession. All right. So this article is entitled.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, another jumbo Fed rate hike is expected this week, and then life gets difficult for Powell, who's in charge of the Fed. And they have a lovely picture of him right there. And it says, all eyes are on what the Fed chair says about a possible downshift in rate rise size in December. Oh, and this is written by whom? This was on October 30th, 2022, which is today. Updated that today. It was originally written on the 28th by Greg Robb, a guy with two names, so you know he's trustworthy. Two first names. I fucked the joke up. Anyway,
two first names. Yes, that's what I knew what you meant. No, I laughed because I knew what you meant. Like, so it still had the same impact on me because I knew what you meant by that. Maybe that's a little bit of my dyslexia and my stonerishness, but I totally got it. I knew what you meant.
Good. First, the easy part. Economists widely expect Federal Reserve monetary policymakers to approve a fourth straight jumbo interest rate rise at its meeting this week. A hike of 0.75 percentage point would bring the central bank's benchmark rate to a level of 3.75% to 4%. The November decision is a lock. Well, I would be floored if they didn't go 75 basis points. I didn't understand any of that, but all right, said Jonathan Pingle, that's his name, chief U.S. economist at UBS. BS is in the name, so you know where you're getting. The Fed decision will come at 2 p.m. on Wednesday after 2 days of talks among members of the Federal Open Market Committee. What happens at Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's press conference a half hour later will be more fraught. The focus will be on whether Powell gives a signal to the market about plans for a smaller rise in its benchmark interest rate in December. The Fed's dot plot projection of interest rates released in September already penciled in a slowdown to a half-point rate hike in December, followed by a quarter-point hike early in 2023. The market is expecting signals about a change in policy, and many think Powell will use this press conference to hint that a slower pace of interest rate rises is indeed coming. A Wall Street Journal story last week reported something else you can't read. Reported that some Fed officials are not keen to help hiking rates by 75 basis points per meeting. That, alongside San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly's comment that the Fed needs to start talking about slowing down the pace of hikes, were taken as a sign of a slowdown to come by the stock and bond markets. No one wants to be late for the pivot party. Oh, fun. So the hint was enough, said Ian Shepherdson, chief economist at Pantheon Macroeconomics. Luke Tilley, chief economist at Wilmington Trust, said he thinks Powell will signal a smaller rate hike in December by focusing on some of the good wage inflation news that was published earlier Friday. There was a clear slowdown in private sector wage growth, Tilley said. But the problem with Powell signaling he has found an exit ramp from the jumbo rate hikes this year is that his committee members might not be ready to signal a downshift. Pingle of UBS said. He argued that the inflation data writ large in September won't give Fed officials any confidence that a cooling in price pressures is in the offing. There are another worry for Powell is that future data might not cooperate. There are 2 employment reports and 2 consumer price inflation reports before the next Fed policy meeting on December 13th and 14th. So Powell might have to reverse course. If you pre-commit and the data slaps you in the head, then you can't follow through, said Stephen Stanley. All these people. Chief economist at Amherst Pierpont Securities. This has been the Fed's pattern all year, he noted. It was only in March that the Fed thought its terminal rate, or the peak benchmark rate, wouldn't rise above 3%. While the Fed may want to slow down the pace of rate hikes, it doesn't want the market to take a downshift in the size of rises, as a signal that a rate cut is in the offing. But some analysts believe that the first cut, in fact, will come soon after the Fed reduces the size of its rate rises. In general terms, the Fed wants financial conditions to stay restrictive in order to squeeze the life out of inflation. And that's how you do it. Pingle said he expects Kansas City Fed President Esther George to formally dissent in favor of a slower pace of rate hikes. There is growing disagreement among economists about the peak or terminal rate of this hiking cycle. The Fed has penciled in a terminal rate in the range of 4.5% to 4.75%. Some economists think the terminal rate could be lower than that. Others think that rates will go above 5%. Those who think the Fed will stop short of 5% tend to talk about a recession, with the fast pace of Fed hikes breaking something. Those who see rates above 5% think that inflation will be much more persistent. Ultimately, Amherst Pierpont Stanley is of the view that the data aren't going to be the deciding factor. The answer to the question of what either forces or allows the Fed to stop it is probably not going to come from the data. The answer is going to be that the Fed has a number in mind to pause, he said. The Fed is careening toward this moment of truth where it has very tight labor markets and very high inflation. And the Fed is going to come out and say, okay, we're ready to pause here. That strikes me that is going to be a very volatile period for the market, he adds. He added, Fed fund futures, try saying that 10 times fast, markets are already volatile with traders penciling in, they love that term, a terminal rate above 5% 2 weeks ago and now seeing a 4.85% terminal rate. Over the month of October, the yield on the 10-year Treasury note, TMUB MUSD 10Y, 4.043% rose steadily above 4.2% before softening to 4% in recent days. When you get close to the end, every move really counts, Stanley said. And that's finally the end. And then I guess the financial guys know what the fuck they're talking about in the comments here. Rising PCE, better than expected GDP, stock market rally, going to be hard for Powell to pivot anytime soon, says James Robertson. They disagree. There's always a disagreement in the comments, I swear, no matter what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
I love that you can still see the comments, but you can't clearly see the article anymore. Okay, this guy says, Mark FL, raising interest rates to control inflation caused by Biden's disastrous energy policy will do nothing to slow inflation. Oil and gas commodities are not affected by interest rates. Restriction on U.S. domestic oil and gas exploration are driving inflation. Until those restrictions are lifted, inflation will continue to rise. And then some other people get in there. Everybody knows something. Anyway, pencil it in.
So they're raising
Everyone
the interest rates again.
Again. Got to keep doing it. Keep printing money, too, and giving it to Nazis in Ukraine.
We're so fucked.
And then back to people who you stole it from in taxes, tax rebates.
This is ridiculous. I have to run real quick. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. Keep them entertained, Al.
All right, I'll promote my podcast. It's coming out tomorrow, the new episode, part 2 of, Peaches, exactly. It's part 2 of Stop Spreading and Misinformation, That's Our Job, which I did to so many downloads last month, which was the part 1, which focused on the mask mandates and the mask propaganda and everything. This one is focused on the vaccine misinformation. So very exciting. So I will put the old episode in there so you can get caught up on that show, my show, Super Awkward Funcast, at podbean.com. All right, I shall put it in the chat. There we go. Enjoy. That's part 1. I hear something. That's weird. Maybe I want to get out of there. That's not me. Okay, I'm good. All right, I don't know what happened.
Steve
Anyway.
did something when I was upstairs.
That wasn't me.
No, that was Steve.
I thought I was going crazy.
I'm like,
Not
no, you
making
can't
me
be doing that. You're gonna make her crazy.
think that.
He just like put music on. He thought
Anyway, we had a really great show today, and it's coming out tomorrow. The new episode. So catch up at that link, and then catch that tomorrow morning, early a.m. on the West Coast. Probably 9 something because that's before I go to work, and then it should be out then, and then you guys can listen. It's a really good episode. Angela McCardle joined me as my guest over the phone. It's really fun. I almost lost the audio, so I'm very glad that I recovered it, and it will be available to you guys tomorrow. Please listen to it. I really rely on my listeners, and if they're not there, I don't really feel like I can go on with the show.
Give a birthday present to Ellen. Give that podcast a listen. That's your other homework.
Yes. I mean, I've been doing this podcast since 2013, so it's been a minute. And then I was thinking, like, because Kanye West was mentioned a lot in the very beginning of my podcast because I didn't like him. I thought he was an asshole. But now I kind of, like, got to know him better, and I was like, he's not the worst person.
Does anybody else remember what Kanye's name was before?
That's not true. Stop spreading misinformation. That's my job.
No, I want to
That's
see
their
if
job.
anyone else knows this, or
It's
if
not
a
true. There's no evidence.
Steve
Unless they
is the
scrubbed it, I don't
evidence.
care.
Steve is your evidence.
You talking about my boy Kenny?
That is not correct. Let's fact check that right now. His name is not Kenny. His mother's name is Donda. She had a baby. She named him Kanye.
Steve, but he played his character on Cleveland or whatever.
Cleveland, yes. Cleveland show.
Was Kenny.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be invited back to any animated series anytime soon.
Yeah.
After calling them the Red Media. Yikes.
Yeah, he said some things. He said some other things that came back out and said things. And I'm not sure.
Yeah, today I watched the whole 16-minute interview while I was exercising. It was quite strange. I'm like exercising to Kanye talking about the Red Media.
Oh man.
I mean, he had some points. You gotta say, like, there is a good amount of people in that industry, producers and whatnot. And he knows because he's in the music industry, so he knows there's a lot in that one who are, thank you, Little, who are of that religion. I don't want to say ethnicity because I don't think it's ethnic. I don't like when people like equate Judaism or whatever with like race and stuff. Like it's not really a race.
It's not what it is though. Like it's you get that from your mother. Like it doesn't matter if your mother was Jewish and you're Jewish.
But you still have to decide whether you're practicing or not. So it's still a religion.
Yeah.
That's what it basically is. But people like to equate it as a race, which is not specifically, not very true. But Semites are racial. So Semites aren't usually the ones that are upset about being picked on, though, in my observations.
Here?
Yes, Zionist. That's the go-to term that he should use, not red media. Red media just equates to like communist kind of stuff.
Where's gonna go? Oh my god, he's purring so loud.
He's so cute. He'll be our vacuum cleaner. For us.
Oh, he's giving kisses. See, when the cats close their eyes like that really slowly, that's them giving kisses. That's what cats kiss.
Let me give him a hand. Hold on.
Oh. Can you hear him purring?
This way. Yeah. Okay. I'm petting him.
Oh, Everett, you're getting pets?
Virtual petting.
He is so big. He's such a big cat.
It's always nice to have a little respite and pet the kitty cat. Damn it.
Oh my gosh, do you want to hear a funny story about the cat real quick?
Yes, please.
We were outside yesterday and I had him on. I had put a harness on him because he keeps trying to chase the squirrels. So I'm like worried. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start putting his harness on him and taking him outside that way, so that way at least he's attached to a leash. And we have a big purple flexi leash. It's like one of the ones that like retracts or whatever. So all the line is out, and he was out there, and he was just staying right by me, so I wasn't holding on to the leash. But then he saw something, and he ran to the trees, and he's dragging his heavy leash behind him. Where is it? And so he's dragging it behind him, and he's scared because the leash is dragging behind him, and it's like chasing him, right? So he runs down the hill like a super fucking speed, and then he comes back up, and I'm like, holy fucking shit! I'm like, Steve! I'm yelling for Steve, and he's not downstairs; he's upstairs in the bathroom, so he hears me yelling. And the cat comes running up, and I think that I'm gonna be able to catch him, and he books it past me and goes like to the edge of like the end of all the apartments. It's like what, 6 apartments or something down or whatever. So he runs along the whole back like thing like a maniac, and I'm like, oh my god, where is he gonna go? He's gonna get hit. But then he curves and he comes back to me where the door is. But he broke the leash handle. It was already cracked before, but he broke the leash handle. So it was crazy to see him like running like a maniac and running from something that is attached to him. So I learned my lesson. I don't.
Cool.
It was crazy. He ran around like a maniac. So, but he loves to go outside. Like he wants to go outside and just get his fresh air. He loves that. Him and Peaches and Leo, we all go outside as long as it's nice out.
Yeah, I believe I should say that I personally don't put people in categories and paint them with a broad brush like Kanye did. I think that's where he really messed up. Excuse me. And he said so in his interview that he had, at least. So he acknowledged that he was wrong to do that. But then he still fucking brought up red media, knowing what he was doing, and put them in the category again. And yes, it's a highfalutin, like powerful kind of category, but that's usually the category they're put in. So the people at the top who are all in the same club or whatever, they just all happen to have the same religious affiliation, blah, blah, blah. That whole thing. So it's just kind of making a mockery of conspiracy realists and shit. And he's just kind of gotten a hold of 4chan for the first time or some shit. And he's going crazy with it. But then he also did walk back the George Floyd thing. So I guess there's that. And he was like, I fucked up on that one. My bad.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad
Jesus wouldn't like me for that.
See that he did that at least.
He said he wants love. He wants everyone to spread love and everything at the end. So I guess that's nice. But the other thing about the Kanye thing is like that people don't bring up is that, okay, Nazis are bad too. Anti-Semitism, yes, bad. Nazis are kind of worse. So actions can speak louder than words, and they do. And we are paying for Nazis to, blow people up and shit. So, in Ukraine. So I don't know if we have
70 years. Like,
I don't know if they have a leg to stand on when it comes to being against this kind of hate speech or whatever. Hate bombs are fine, though. Bombs are always okay. Words are the worst for this place, this dystopian. So that's why I don't take too much, from the comments, because comments are just comments ultimately. And actions are way more in my face with my money. And now possibly nuclear kind of intervention. He did. He did a double whammy. But he realized that. And he was like, crap, now I've seen what's happened.
Oh, Steve, where's the Peaches merch?
Oh, by the way, there's a COVID warning on our video, which is hilarious because we're not even going to talk about that here. So, like, YouTube, get off your,
Where's Steve?
You're not that special.
Bottom of the book. It says Peaches merch.
I want to show you guys real quick. Oh my gosh, Steve, how do I get to the bottom of this?
We have to get to the bottom of this.
This is forever. Okay, there it is. Ah.
Are we reading the scroll? What are we doing here?
Oh, wait. No, I don't want to do it there. I want to do it. Shit. Is that going to be at the... Oh, my God. I'm trying to... Oh, there it is. Okay.
How does he smell? How does Everett smell? That's a good query for me.
He smells fresh like a kitty.
He doesn't stink. I don't know.
I wouldn't expect him to. I just want to know what he smells like.
I don't know.
Is he comfy and like cozy and?
He's super soft. Like he is. Like I can tell you, texture-wise, he is so super soft.
I can imagine petting him.
Yeah. So Peaches has his own merch.
That is interesting. I will not comment on it.
So you can get this image on a variety of things where it says Peaches and the thought is the apple.
That's what Peaches said.
Because that's what everything is apple. This is to get the art print. How do I get just the regular? Well, because they're shirts, right? Like they're shirts.
Yeah, there's all kind of things.
Well, if I go to wait.
You have to go to where that was and then choose a different item you want to see it on the left-hand side.
That's not what I want. Okay, I wanted. All right. I'm gonna put the link for you guys, but this is the Peaches merch.
Yeah, you should show them where it stands.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, you have us on a sticker, so you guys can get a Peaches sticker from here, or you can get one with our mugs on it. That's so weird. Oh my God. No, I don't want us on a t-shirt. I don't think no, I don't want to be on a t-shirt. You guys don't buy that. Buy a Peaches t-shirt. Don't buy one with me on it. That's so weird. Yeah, so you can get a Peaches t-shirt like this. Like, I need a Peaches t-shirt. And Steve is supposed to make me some other ones. So if you guys, I was thinking Everett needs his own shirt. Like that needs to happen. And Leo. And maybe the trio of them. I don't know. I'm putting a link in that thing for you guys. Just I wanted to show you that. And how do where's the other thing at then?
It's in the brand. It's an overlay.
And we are doing okay, here we are. A raffle. To try to raise some money, and Lady Alex is donating these 2 paintings. They're going to be $5 tickets. Or every $5 you get a ticket, and you can tell me what painting, the female or the male. They're originals done by Alex's mom, Lady Alex's mom. And all the information is right up here. She's a New York City artist. She did all kinds of amazing work. They're very well done. And I think we said we like 30 tickets. We'll have to get you the exact number, but we want to raise a certain amount. But she doesn't. But they're professionally done. So. There is that information. So if you want to, if you get a hold of us about these, let us know. SteveCutlerLive@gmail.com. You can get a hold of us there. Both of us are on Twitter. We have our DMs open. Like all those types of ways. All right. Yes, Jenna. Apple. So, do we have to leave YouTube for the rest of this? Do we need to do that?
I think it's best just to stay safe,
So, do we have to leave YouTube?
Shit. Where are you?
Do that? That's
I hope
weird.
you didn't hear that. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I was on Odyssey. I was getting Odyssey. Sorry. I did the same thing you did. It's all good.
I was like, what is happening?
I'm literally just now putting Odyssey on the Twitter right now. Odyssey link. Because it comes out so late. So I'm like, oh, shit. So let me get it. Scooch. Yeah, because the next topic is what they want us to talk about. Because they put it in the fucking misinformation tab or whatever. That's what they have.
So I pinned the Odyssey and the Rumble to the top of the YouTube chat. So that is pinned up there. So if you guys need to get to either one of them, you can hit it right there at the top. So we're going to migrate off of YouTube because we have to. Because they will.
Even for reading an article that is factual in origin, they do not care.
Yeah.
It's their way or the highway.
And I'm putting
it's thy way or the highway. Whatever.
I'm putting it in the chat too. Yeah, and there's something I wanted to show you that I found that I don't have any like evidence of, but it has to do with the boobs. And I'm like, this is really a really odd thing. That it's a person saying that they heard it from somebody that works in the medical field, and it's happening in Canada. But just something just to put out there to be aware of, because it's not something that I can necessarily get verifiable truth on. So is everybody coming? I know, Little. The Rumble Odyssey split. Little says, I'm going to Rumble. Aggravated Progressive says, rumbling. Rumbling is what Mouse is doing. John Kemper's gonna rumble. Jason said, I'm kind of giving up on Rumble. I'll check Odyssey. Oh no, Julie, which one can you not chat out? Vicky, are you coming over?
It's big news, so please come join us.
Peace, Dove. You come in and says anyone else think Nancy Pelosi hired a hitman for her old man. That's what I said. I said it was a hitman, and then I also said that I think it was a lover's spat. We covered it at the beginning of this episode, so you have to check it out. We're heading over to Rumble and Odyssey right now, though.
We also listened to the dispatch calls, so
Yeah. Yep.
we were thorough in that investigation.
Of not really knowing much, you know. And for all has the hammer. Yeah. Brought the hammer down. Yeah, exactly. And they have health insurance. Peace, Dub. I talked to the ball guy, the tattoo ball guy.
I got one for you there. Boom.
All right. We got some people on Rumble. Can you guys all hit the like wherever you are watching? The Rumble's the plus sign, the Odyssey's I think the fire. We got some on Odyssey, we got some on Rumble, we still got some people on YouTube. We're going to be leaving YouTube, guys. Come follow us over on the Rumble and Odyssey for the rest of the episode.
You can't see mine in the StreamYard, so look at the YouTube chat for my emojis.
Oh.
Or maybe it looks good on screen. No, it doesn't. Doesn't look very good on screen, but
I wish I wish that that Rumble would make it so that we could
yeah, I know where you're going.
the chat things like YouTube. I wish that
that's what they need to work on, these other ones in Odyssey.
Yeah, if they worked with StreamYard where we could put the comments up on screen from them, that would be amazing. I don't know how to get, like, they have to sync or whatever. All right. Is everybody coming over or whatever? Please hit like wherever you are. When we had time, I'm going to be ending the YouTube proportion of this because, you know, they even gave us the COVID-19 label on the screen.
And we ain't giving them what they want. Fuck y'all.
No, we're not going to talk about it.
Y'all thought, but it ain't gonna happen. Nice try.
All right.
Do you think you were born yesterday, Susan?
I know, right?
Come on. It's kind of like a warning, like, you go ahead and talk about it, bitch.
Oz, we love you.
Yes, we love you. Check out the replay on Odyssey and Rumble.
All right, we're saying goodbye to YouTube.
It's been fun.
Bye, tubes.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.